Why, hello there, everybody. Welcome to Assembly, the mob programming session where we code a bot that wins. I'm Draken, and I am excited to be here with you. Just making sure I have all my stuff going. I just realized I was missing something. 1 second. There we go. Okay. So we're coding a bot that wins here on Assembly, and it's been a minute. I just realized that my code editor is not up. Why is windsurf not up? Okay, fixed. Okay. So, if you remember correctly, we were working on our bot, our Protoss melee bot, with the objective to get it working with against Zergling floods, and then also cannon rush. These two things have been kind of dogging our bot for quite a while. So I'm gonna finish that up today. I deploy it. Thing is, new maps are out on the bot ladder, so you know this bot is not ready for that. Unfortunately, that's okay though. It's it happens. It happens. Yes, we're not quite ready for that, but that's okay. You know, we'll probably next week we'll have to update the bot and make it ready for new maps and I don't know what that involves. I'll be honest, I have not been keeping up of the changes from the new maps, new patch, uh, their new abilities, and so the bot will need to be ready for that. But we'll focus on fixing the stuff that we came to fix. Those are the last kind of features, and there's a bit of tweaking here and there, and we'll work on that. We'll, as always, get into the nitty gritty of our bot. Get music back up. And we'll make sure everything works first, I guess, is the best place to start. Make sure all things operate as they should. Oh, you know what? We could also... Do I want to show you... Do we want to work using the SE2? Oh, and we have our node open. So if we, while this loads up, so the thing is, fixed units can't get by Gatekeepers. That's what we're kind of working on. I think we were having problems where it wasn't quite moving for all the situations, and also the map. The map kind of makes it for one of these situations where depending on the map, we'll have problems with how the bot or how the zealot comes, like how much it pops out. So let's take a look at it. We'll watch a couple we'll launch a couple of games and see how that looks and assess it. But I have a to-do here. Tweak this. You can't really see the to-do. The to-do says tweak this so it works on any map. So let's watch this replay. Oh my god, I hate this map. Thank goodness this map is gone. I was going to work on fixing for this map, but we're out of it. This map's out of the rotation, so we're not going to even working on fixing it. Because F this map. This map is stupid. I hate this map. Who has two entrances? Who makes that? Anyways, create one zealot. Yeah, look at that. Okay, this is a little... See? Not a good map. This is not a good map to test it on. Let's try again. Let's go to a different map. I probably should just take... You know what? Let's take that map right out of our rotations of maps, period. Because we don't have to worry about it anymore. And that map is obsolete. Oh my god. Is that... Where is it again? Is it in my configs? Where do I keep these maps? This is in the run file. What map was that? What map was that again? Abyssal Reef. All right, let's get that out of there. No more Abyssal Reef. Stupid map. Okay, so let's try here. This is an interesting position, eh? Yeah, it's not even, it's not even, okay, see, look at that, it's like, yeah, see, it's not even, it's stuck still inside. Okay, so that's not quite working as it's supposed to work. Let's see what we can do. Oh, I'm supposed to move that to the to-do. That is not a to-do thing. Okay. All right, so how do we do this logic? If not gatekeeper position, then obviously return. So for every gate and gatekeeper, distance to a gate. I think Raspberry gave me an explanation about this whole float thing. What did he do? What did he say? Let me see. What did Raspa say? So I understand. He said side distance to squared is it's faster. That's why he used it. Okay. That's easy enough explanation for me. I wasn't really going to go challenge him on that, or, you know, I think I was just curious about why. So returns value 16. Da, 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 da. Okay. All right. Easy enough explanation. For gating distance to square. Okay. If any close. So this is if there is a unit close. If any close is enemy unit, right? Yeah. Get units in range. That it moves. So what we need is. So what we need is the distance. If there's no unit close, it needs to go back a bit. So let's say 5. Because 3 from 1, 2, 3 should be inside, and then 5 should be 2 more out. Let's see what 5 gives us. You know, I don't need it to print. Where's the print statement here? Oh yeah, I don't need this print. I know if this works. Oh, you know what though? I do need it to know if the... Well, let's work on just this part first. Because what we need to know is whether or not the first we need to know is if the zealot is going to stay out of the hole. Oh, what do I need to update here? Oh, well, this hopefully this won't. Okay, good. There we go. Much better. Because we just want to see if the zealot will stay from poking in the hole a bit. Pardon me. Because once we know that it will stay, once we know that it'll pop out a bit, we can test if it will close the hole. We actually got to ask Rasper if we're gonna get an update to the framework, because the framework handles these building placements. Huh, interesting. So in this case, which is, it's not moving. Weird. Let's test to see if this is working. Let's see if this is working. Because yeah, it's not moving. It's going to the correct spot. I mean, it's going to the incorrect spot. And also remember, if you're a part of our membership, if you're a member, be sure to jump on Discord so we can do this together. Some mob programming. We are making it work together. And make sure you grab yourself. What's it? Newsletter? Sub? I see your zealot has a dog. A dog? I don't know. Does it have a dog? If you mean like the probe that just won't leave it alone. Oh, pardon me. Evan, yeah, I thought so. That's what you meant. I got a new newsletter coming out tomorrow talking about influence maps, breaking down some of the stuff I did with my latest video on influence maps. You don't want to miss that. In my newsletter, I find ways to help you make smarter bots faster by doing all the work for you and help you, inspire you on some ideas that you might want to do yourself. It doesn't appear to be printing. So something is not working. Something is not working. That should have been printing. Okay, so let's look at it. Let's look at our logic here. See if we can see what went wrong. So if not gatekeeper position, return. So each for gate and gatekeeper, distance to gate. If any close. And any close is doing its enemy ground, which is right. Maybe do I have to close the ground to 8? And I'm going to want to move this to here. Okay, so we're gonna go if any close. If distance to great, so if there's any close. So if there's any okay, so it's like if any close units. Else. So if there's if there's any close and the distance to gate is, so if there's any close, so that means if there's any enemies nearby and the distance to the gate is greater than 1, so if it's too far from the gate, greater than 1, move to the gatekeeper position, which is right, hold position Q true, and if it's not, just hold position. That's what you want. Okay. So then if that's not true, if there's no case, if there's no enemy nearby, direction equals bot natural expansion, keep position POS, this is right. So we want to, and if the direction is greater than 0. So maybe this is where we run into trouble. Let's find out. Actually, let's move this. Yeah, let's see where we get stuck. Because we're going to want to say is like if the direction is greater than 0, so like no enemy. So it's like there's no enemy. And then we set the direction towards wherever the natural expansion is. Minus the gatekeeper position. If the direction's length equals 0. Equals direction normalized. What if we just did move? So what's happening here? It says any close. So the any close is not there. Something's not firing. Let's try creating the zealot again. Let's create him far back though. Let's create him up here and see what happens. Fascinating. So what we have right now is the any close. So we're getting here, which is so odd because this shouldn't be firing. It should only fire if there's an enemy close. Why is this firing? Because maybe it's counting 0 as being close. So maybe we need a different way to identify, because it's looking, even if it's an empty dictionary, it's just like, Because if it's just like, well, it's not dictionary. If it's like detecting something there, then it's not, it won't be, it'll be firing, because I guess it's maybe even taking empty. It's stuck here. That's what it is. How we are detecting zero, like if any close. So whatever reason the any close is, yeah, if len any close. Yeah, I think you're right. So you want to go if len. No, I think you're right. Yes, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think you're right. Let's see this. Dyson, you're the best. I think you're right. I think you're right. You're the best, Dyson. Pretty sure you're right. So now what should happen, it should automatically do either Gatekeeper control direction or Gatekeeper control target position. So let's see what happens. Oh my god. This error key code of 446, I haven't patched it yet. I forgot I didn't patch it. Oh my god. And I remember Dyson, I think, sent a PR request or a pull request for Bernie to update it. Ugh, the Matrix. Do I want to patch this right now? Or do I just want to wait? I don't know if I want to patch it. Maybe I should. If it crashes again, I'll patch it. I forgot to do it before the stream. I was supposed to patch it. It's like one line too, but I don't know. Oh, it's still looking. Yeah, it's still looking. That's strange. I actually thought that was right. I will pose this to the AI. Because I thought actually that's right. Because you want to do if len. Let's pose this to. Check out my code here. I have a problem where the if len any close, it's 0 is triggering when it's not supposed to. Not sure why. Could have probably given a bit more information, you know, let it explain it, but let's see what happens. What is its assessment? Let me help debug this issue. The problem might be how any close is being returned from getting units. Let's add some debug print, see if it understands what's happening. My print looks like this. Ba, 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 ba. So now any closed variable contains this enemy list, which is why let's evaluate truthfully as one, even though there is no actual units. There's because of your accessing the results from, and this is how to fix it. Did I not have 0 here in the? If we go. Oh, it's revaluing it to 1. Yeah, that's how it does. So let's go. If any close. Oh, I see. Okay, let's. Add 0 there. And then we can just do any close, or do we probably still have to do len? Checks if there's any unit in the unit's objective. Okay, so let's try. I mean, let's just say any close. And then if, let's see how that works. And then we will actually bring up a print statement. Okay, let's see what happens now. Yeah, I thought either way was fine too. And we'll probably tighten up the distance of which it's looking. Right now we have 8. Probably put it down to like 5 or 4. Isn't 8's a pretty wide range? I don't think we'd have to do 8. Okay, let's see now. Oh, it worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. All right, we are cooking. Okay, okay. Okay, so 5 is actually really far. We can actually bring it back closer to 3. Okay, that worked. So then we can actually bring this closer to, it doesn't need to go. Bring this to 3. And then we'll actually close this down to 6 a bit. And then we'll try again. Okay, so I think we're cooking with gas. Looks like it worked pretty darn well. Yeah, I think I'll actually let it do right, because I was actually pretty happy how it came up with that solution. And then we'll also test to see if a unit pops by, if it will trigger the any close. Let's make it. It's a little weird. It's an odd direction. But it works, whatever. Oh, it worked! I don't know if it detected it, though. It didn't, Whoops. Oh, I see. The stuff. I see why. It activated. So it looks like it actually stopped because this only works if we're not, if the build order is not completed. Oh, yes. So what happened is the build order is completed, so it stopped. So I'm presuming it sensed like a rush. Yeah, so it completed the build order. That kind of changes stuff. So that's like if. No, see, the reason why it stopped assigning a new doormat, it's because it only operates when the build order is not completed. So it says the build order is completed, then we should stop doing this. So we need to actually go back to our main bot. And we can kind of think about how we want to do this. I forgot, what did I call this again? Gatekeeper control. So yeah, so we have this essentially in the early game. So if the early game, because in the late game, it's actually not very relevant. It actually becomes problematic in the later game. So we essentially say if the build order is not completed, then that's when you need to do it. But if the build order is completed, maybe we should just say if it's not the mid game, we should just maybe like if we're no longer in the mid game, and instead of waiting for the build order to be completed. Do I have a mid game threshold? So I do have one here. So I can actually put it in here. So I could probably put it in here. And so as soon as we're out of the early game, probably get rid of it. Because we don't really need... We should probably put it in here and say, if it's no longer the early game and we're not under full attack, probably get rid of it. I feel like that's a pretty safe situation to be in, right? We're like, okay, well, we're not doing full attack and it's the early game. You could probably... Sorry, I saw some chirping about robots. I shouldn't have responded. Okay. So we actually should move the doorman into, so Gatekeeper, Troll. Again. We'll move this to mid-game. So say here, you know, if we're in the mid-game, oh. Is this after something? I guess I could move the timing to the bottom instead of keeping it at the top. Okay, let's do this, and then we can move our actual timing to the bottom of the set step instead of keeping it at the top. There's actually no reason for it to be at the top, other than my own neuroses at like how I like things. So we can actually make it the end of, you know, right here. Oh. Do I have the Gatekeeper not checking here? Oh, is it self.gatekeeper? Where is Gatekeeper first before I... So if Gatekeeper, okay, but that's weird. I even had it. Let's go back for a sec. Where is... Okay. Weird. Okay, well, I'm gonna move the time to the bottom. We'll move all this timing stuff to the bottom. So it can happen at the end of step. There's no reason for it to happen at start. I should make sure we're not in an if statement or something. Okay, so that's at the end of the step. And then I want to bring... Yeah, so now I just want to bring Gatekeeper. If Gatekeeper let's bring that now into the mid-game, early game check. So we're like, you know what? There we go. All right, cool. Yeah, that's right. So if Gatekeeper and enemy race equals Zerg, and then we want to make sure if we're like, if not under full attack, if not self dot Is it full attack? What did I call this? I cannot remember. Is it all out attack? Is it... What did I call this? Commenced attack. So commenced attack. So for like, if not commenced. So we'll say if not commenced attack, return. Else. So say if not self-attacked. Oh wait, no, if self-attacked. If self-attacked. So if self-attacked. No. If not self-attacked. If not self-attacked. So you want to say if we're not doing self-attack. So if not self-attacked. Commenced attack. If not self-commenced attack. And checking if there's a gatekeeper. And enemy races Zerg. Do gatekeeper control. Okay. This should work now with like an early rush of a Zerg. And we should be seeing reassignment. Though, how is the gatekeepers being assigned? Gatekeeper. Yeah, it looks like we're just... it looks like we're still assigning the gatekeeper, even if, probably only need to assign the gatekeeper in that same one, right? We probably should we probably could combine this in that same space. So we're like, you know what? If there's no gatekeeper, assign it. Ah! Oh, it crashed again. I know I said I was going to fix it, but now I'm just like, whatever. I don't want to feel like doing it. So you could probably have it that you only need to assign gatekeeper in the mid game too. So we'll probably bring this down to the mid game. And then we could probably combine it here. So it's like if da 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 da. So that probably can combine this with. Probably bring this down here. There. Oops. Control I. Create one zealot. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, did this not work as I wanted it? Uh-oh. Something amiss. Uh-oh. Did I break something? Okay, let's double check how my logic went before. Is there no else? Did I not have an original else in this? I thought I did. Is there no original else statement? It's like if mid-game, else if. Oh, did I just not? I just don't have an else saying that this is the early game. Funny. Okay. Hmm. You know what? Maybe this actually isn't working. I just realized it. Maybe that's not actually. Maybe this mid game, late game thing actually isn't working. Now that I think about it, its logic might be flawed. Okay, so this is like if current time is equal mid game threshold. Let's get rid of this and statement. Let's get rid of this and statement. And this actually just needs to be an else. Else. So we could actually maybe instead of having them as, since I'm already here, I might as well like talk about the state to be different. How am I using this game state? Game state. So I have the game state as late, mid, early. So actually I should have it as early, it's 0, 1, 2, and 3, because I think I actually wanted to stop using. Okay, let's first test it works, and then I'll change these to numbers instead of using strings. Whoops, that's not correct. This actually goes here. So this was actually, you know what? You actually don't want to print it because then it's going to print. I want it to print. It's going to spam. Might even spam now. Yeah, I thought so. Lord have mercy. Okay, well, now that logic is working, which is good. Okay, so it is working now. We'll watch just to make sure it's positioned correctly. And then we're like, what if there's a Zergling? What will you do? Create one Zergling. Wow. Oh, it's I thought I let it in. Create one Zergling. Oh, it worked! It worked! It worked! It worked! It worked! It worked! Let's go. Create one Zergling 2. Ah, it worked! It worked! It worked! It worked! It worked! It worked! That was fantastic. Let's do create 2 Zergling 2. Yay! And then it lets it in. All right, we fixed it. That's so good. Okay, now. That's so cool. We fixed it. Oh, that's so awesome. That's so freaking awesome. Okay. So, a couple things to clean up. We don't need these debugs anymore. These debugs are pretty obsolete. No, I don't think. I think we won't be needing to come back here again. So I think we're good. We actually don't need this anymore either. That to-do is done. That worked. That's so cool. That worked. So what I'm going to do now is we're actually commit this. Actually, no, let's not commit it just yet. I want to change these game states to, so I actually look, I have 0 for early, 1 to mid, and 2 for late. But I need to make sure, and I don't want to go through my whole code base. Let's say, let's ask these. So let's say in, what's this called again? Oh yeah. Self.game state. Yeah, okay. This is on step, yeah, okay. On step, I have self.game state, currently using the string early, mid, and late. I want to substitute it for early for numbers 0, 1, 2. Maybe I should do 1, 2, 3. Nah, let's do 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, and 2. And then have comment above comment where self.game state declared describing 0 equals early, 1 equals mid game, and 2 equals mid late game. Then go through my code base, and check where I have used it as a string and change it to the appropriate number Fly. Let's see if it doesn't fuck me up. Would you like me to proceed with making these changes? Well, that's nice. It's asking me. That's so nice of you. First, update installation, add documentation. That's what I want you to do. Yeah. Then update check and on step. Yeah, that's exactly what I want you to do. Yes. And then update all the other occurrences. There's else if bot 1. Bot game C equals 0. Yeah, those look right. Mid game. Okay. Yeah, make those changes. Those look right. Cool. Hey, Mood of Midas. All right, so all right. Let's see. I like this one. This is obviously good. Is it Alt J? Let's go to the next. These look right. 2's late. 1 is mid. 0 is early. These are right. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go to the next one. That's correct. Let's go to the next one. That's right. That's right. That's right. We're good. Cool. What's next? Oh, that's nice. Good. Let's test. Let's see. So that I think this is done. I think we can check this off. I think we can check this off. We'll do the test and then we'll check it off. We can get the satisfaction together. I should have an animation or some sort of like celebration button every time we check off something. What do you guys think? You have like confetti whenever we check something off. I feel like we should. So while we work on this and while we talk about this, one of the things I have decided about this project by what I want to do, and you may have remembered that I've had trouble struggling with what, I've been like, okay, well, I want does it make sense for our bot to be more human-like, to have the limitations of humans? And I've struggled with that idea, but now I understand how I want to scope it, and I want the bot to scope to be actually a great practice partner for humans. And so if that's in mind, what I want it to do, if I want the bot to be a good practice partner for humans, then the bot needs to play like a human, essentially. It will have obviously its own proclivities. It'll obviously have instant reaction. That's just part of the bot nature. But when we design features for this bot, when we think about its movement movements and whether or not it should access elements that it shouldn't have access to against a human, we can now use it as a benchmark that we want our bot to be a good practice partner. And what makes a good practice partner is something that is human-like. So unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to do anything about the reaction time. Sure, we can slow it down deliberately, but not now. you know, in my mind, I think we could have it that you could have it for different levels of players. Lower level players can play a different. Oh crap! I need to be paying attention. So create one zealot. Okay, so far so good. Ah, look at that, guys! Look at that! That's so cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh! He's like, no, you can't come in. He's like, you can't come in. He's like, you can't come in. That's so cool. That worked. He's like, no, you can't come in. Go away. We're closed today. Sorry, this is a Wendy's. And then it lets in little units. And so things come by. I should always, you know what we should do? We should also make sure there's, oh, look at that. Though these other units need to come help, but, yeah, because, okay, well, that was problematic because, like, obviously, they should have come and helped, but whatever. Like, the other units were like, whatever, this guy's got it. So that was really cool. It is a little concerning that the units didn't go and help when this Gatekeeper guy is on his own. Yeah, so there's still some problems in there. Couple things to note, that when they went to in full attack, the Zealot was not returned. So we need to actually make sure we return the Zealot back into so if there, we have to say if there's a Gatekeeper switch, and there's if there's a Gatekeeper, it needs to go back into the main army. There's no reason for him to stay back behind once everything's done. So let's make sure we close that loop off. That's going to be in combat. No, that's going to be in bot. We don't need to open this up. So we're actually going to look for the Gatekeeper. Okay, so we're like, okay, if there's a Zealot, if not Gatekeeper, so if we're in the early game, if not Gatekeeper, if Gatekeeper and not an enemy else. So we can actually go there as an else, if Gatekeeper, and we're not. How do we want to do this, guys? Because what we want is if there's a Gatekeeper, and we want to return him, because right now he has the role, assigned the role as Gatekeeper. We actually then want to actually remove him from that role. So if there's a Gatekeeper, and we have if Gatekeeper, else if Gatekeeper, and commence attack and enemy rate. No, hold on. What's gonna be the cleanest way of doing this? So we're gonna want to say, let's say it's all over now. We're in the mid game now. We're not even mid game. What if we've been like? What if we're I want to say, like, what if we're under attack, right? What if we're commence self-attack? So you can actually move, I think we can move self-enemy race to if not Gatekeeper. Because we technically, if we only need the Gatekeeper, actually this is wrong now that I think about it. We do need a Gatekeeper with Protoss, in theory. We do need a Gatekeeper with Protoss, in theory. Because Protoss, you're gonna want a Gatekeeper as well. So we can actually say if the enemy race is not Terran. If self-enemy race equals Terran, if enemy race not equal Terran. You could actually reverse this and say if enemy, because we're like, if there's a Zerg, we do this. And so we should probably actually say if it's not Terran. So if not Gatekeeper and does not equal Terran, then we could probably get rid of this. So it goes and self dot enemy race does not equal race dot Terran. And then we can actually get rid of this. So it goes, if not Gatekeeper and the enemy race doesn't equal a Terran. Da-da-da-da-da. If there's a Gatekeeper and we have not commenced attack. Da-da-da-da-da. So we could actually probably say, instead of this, you probably go else if. Probably go else if not commence attack. So like if not Gatekeeper and the enemy's not Terran, da 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 da. Okay, this is true now. Else if not commence attack, da 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 da. And then we could probably say else. Then we can probably return, we could probably say else, return the Gatekeeper, you know, back to attacking. And then we can probably put another thing in the mid game. So like, okay, we're in the mid game. If there's a Gatekeeper, return him back to the rest of what we're doing. So else, oh yeah, but we clear the role. So self.mediator. So we can something like so we can something like 4 zealots. Nope, that's not right. Oh, that is right. So like 4 zealot in Gatekeeper. Oh geez, what did I just do? Oh geez. What did I just do? No, my god, where did my hand slip to? Okay, that was so freaking weird. Okay. So for Zealot and Zealot, self dot media class Zealot. It's on deck, clear roll, and then you want to say something like, we actually just want to, we don't want to send him to do anything. We just want to just assign him the role attacking. That's it. Okay. And then you want to do something similar in, you know, if we're in the if we're now in the main game now, and we want to say like, if there's a Gatekeeper, if Gatekeeper, yeah, exactly that. You want to like, all right, if there's a Gatekeeper, you know, still in the mid game, and so the same thing is like, if we have a commenced attack, you want to release the Gatekeeper. You know, if commence attack is now available, you want to release the Gatekeeper. And then you want to say, if we're in the mid game and there's a Gatekeeper still, you want to release the Gatekeeper. The Gatekeeper is released. All right. And then you want to say, yeah, so if there's a Gatekeeper, if the Gatekeeper doesn't exist, you don't worry about it. That seems pretty solid logic, right? You guys can, like, I think you guys can agree with this logic, right? So we're gonna go like that. So now we're gonna go. This is the wall code. We're actually about to finish it up though. This is the finishing touch. We're reaching to the end of this. We're just doing the last test. And I would like to, we can ship it once this is done. I think we also said that our cannon rush code didn't work. But let's double check. Let's finish this. So yeah, I'm thinking we should get an effect for... We should get an effect that when we check something off, like a sound effect occurs, you know, like a pew, 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 like fireworks. I think that'd be really cool. I think I'll look into that. It'd be nice to get like a firework effect when we check something off. And I just realized it's supposed to make a... It's not triggering. Okay, so here's our little zealot. It's popping in. Let's letting everybody in. He's a good man. He's a good man. He's letting people in. Such a gentleman. You're such a gentleman. Let's now say one Zergling is running by. What do? You stop him. Yeah. Cool. What if there are two Zerglings running by? What do? You stop them. And you get pushed out of the way. What if there are three Zerglings running by? Nope. 5 Zerglings. Yeah, you stop him. You stop all... Oh, here it comes. Oh, there was a beanling in there. Yeah, boy. You hold them. You do it. So now we should see if it should actually release them now. Let's see if it releases the... If it releases the zealot once he's done. So once they go and attack, they should actually release the zealot from his charge. And they should be able to all leave together as an attacker. What is going on down here? Oh, I see. It just finished. So if this... Yeah, they all leave together. Except for this guy. Okay, then now they all leave together. All right, he's gone. Okay, so that works completely. Yeah, I don't keep him all game. After the mid game, it's actually pretty... I can't imagine it would have much use after that. And then, yeah, disruptors are doing their things, and... Let's go see what's happening up here. So there we go. Okay, so that is a 100% complete. We can actually ship that. Let's check it off. Let's savor the checking off together. Yes, we did it, boys. Yeah, bam. Actually, I don't need this anymore. We don't need to highlight this. This is done. That does not actually unhighlight. All right, that's done. That's what do you do? What else is here? Just check. Okay, we did all this stuff already. I don't need this anymore because that's finished. That is a big old check mark. Check mark. Cool. Okay. What else does need to be? What else can we clean up here? Check build order if the building again destroyed. Okay. Let's ship that. Let's say we fixed. So we fixed Gatekeeper to keep units out. Keep enemies out, and let allies in. All right, that all was done. Actually commit all these. Wait, what's this? What did we do at macro? Oh, we fixed the game state. Yes. That's part of that. Let's double check, make sure we didn't screw anything up in here. Okay, yeah, these are just game state changes. We can just commit that. That is fantastic, boys. That was a fantastic commit. Oh, so good. That was such a good commit. Oh goodness. Oh, felt so good. I don't know about you all, but getting hot and bothered under the collar. Such a good commit. And then, so I noticed we're not. I think I asked Rasper about this. I asked him, why is the build runner not responding to the race? What did he say? Because our build runner should, like, our game is not responding to the race. And he said to me, what did he say? Okay, let's pull up the build runner first. Oh, is it because we're in debug mode? It might be because we're in debug mode. Have you tried it against roaches and ravagers? I mean, no. I mean, if roaches and ravagers are coming, I mean, like, really, this is to stop Zerglings in the very early game. Like, roaches and ravagers are gonna eat through this zealot easily. And so what should happen, and hasn't happened yet, is that the other units should come closer to the wall and fire over it. And so, and this happens in human StarCraft as well. You're not, like, if roaches and ravagers come to your door, like, even one zealot's not gonna make that. I mean, one stalker in that middle is not gonna make it, because, like, ravagers alone will decimate that line. What you can hope, and since these are bots, that you're gonna pull them into you closer, and then you're gonna have the shield battery. Now, next week we're gonna actually be working on the new maps, and there's a whole bunch of changes of which I am not, I'm not fully versed in them, and I'm not fully up to date on the changes. So we'll have to go through them one by one. What I'd like to do first, though, is double check and say that we understand. I want to understand why the race is not changing. Because Rasper has told me what I need to do, because it's not supposed to. The debug is turned on. That's why. Okay, so it's because debug is turned on. Is debug true in your config? So let's double check to make sure that if I change the debug off, and we also don't want to upload well, there's no uploading to the ladder because this bot's not ready for the preseason. We'll be sending him into the preseason once we're ready for the maps. Like, we could send him in now, but, like, I don't know. I think that wouldn't give us that's not gonna give us any good data, because, yeah, we don't know the preseason or anything. So let's double check to make sure this bot is working to the race. Like, so if it knows that Zerglings are, sorry, if it knows that it's Zerg, it will then make, because it should happen right now is if it goes up against Zerg, So if it goes up against Zerg, what it should do, so starting PVZ, it should actually, and its first thing should actually be a Zealot? Where's a Zealot? Is this no, where's my Zealot? Oh, there it is. 24 Zealot. Okay. So at 24, we should be making a Zealot. Did it say which one it's using? Oh, okay. So it does know. So running build from YAML file, PVZ. Is there a test build? Is that what happens when you, when you do, here it is. Ah, I see. So when I have a test build, it goes to that, whatever I say the rate. So I could have set it to be the PVZ build for test. I'll do that next time. That's good to know. So let's just watch it though. It works, and I'm happy to know that that works and that's finished. We can also, oh, it's that stupid bug. Oh my. We're gonna actually put this as my test build as PVZ. And then really the last thing is we kind of, I think I have in here that I want to test for. I want to test for the cannon rush, right? We want to test the cannon rush response. I mean, do we want to also, we're not doing this tonight, of course, but maybe next week we also want to work on the worker rush response as well. Maybe build a more robust worker rush response. If we're working on, we can dedicate also next week to working on the basically our worker rush / cannon rush response. Can make that a whole thing, and we can actually end this here today on this really great high note. Oh my god, it crashed again. Proto ID is missing. You know why I'm not gonna fix it? Because I'm gonna have to update Ares shortly, and I'm hoping Bernie will update Python SE2, so I don't have to keep fixing this every time. Ephemeron. So anyways, while this goes on, let's have a brief discussion. If you're not already subscribed to my newsletter, you should be. I have one coming out talking about, make sure you become subscribed to it. Even if you're a member of my membership, you should be subscribed, because in there I break down some of the stuff that I've learned to make it easier for what like you're out there. Anything I learn, I'm going to break down and make it easier and that knowledge more accessible for all those you out there. So if you want to build your bot faster, if you want to get inspired by some of the stuff I come across, this is the newsletter. It's bi-weekly, no spam, only good deliciousness broken down for you in a bite size, and you can keep up with what's going on. Actually, I cannot think of why you wouldn't subscribe. You should be subscribed right this very minute. Then if you're someone who's just getting started, you're going to want an exclamation mark template. If you're just started, you need to go to this template right now. Assuming this exclamation mark template actually works. Oh, it does. It's a little slow. Okay, so does this work? Did he pop it out? Yay! Okay, so that works. That's a Gucci. That's a Gucci, guys. That's a Gucci. That's a Gucci. So this is specifically going to stop Laughing Games and his bot. Laughing Games bot has been a thorn in my side for some time. This will stop him, like instantly stop his bot from taking off easy wins off of my bot. So that's a wrap. 2 Zerglings. Oh, debug is not on. Okay, so let's call that. Oh, Yay! I actually really like watching him do that. It's such a lot of fun. So cool. Okay, so let's call that. Let's actually push this to development, so it gets uploaded to the ladder, even though it's not like ladder, like the ladder itself is not, this bot's not ladder ready because of the new maps in the preseason, but let's push it anyways. Let's merge. Let's do a merge, shall we? Turn off debug. Done. Okay, and then we want to switch to switch branches. Switch. Whoops. Oh no. Ah, my hand's just clicking everywhere. Oh my god. Terminal. Okay. Switch to master branch, and then we want to merge. It's merge with the develop. Ah, just popped up on my screen. Oh my god. Easy there, easy. Why is everything attacking me at once? Let's close all these extra windows. Okay, get merge. Where did my merge go? Get merge, master, with the development. Go. Damn. There we go. Okay. And we can switch back to development now. That's good. All right. Cool. Everything's merged. Everything's good. Let's start to shut down. So, are we not going back to the... All right, so that was a fantastic session. We made a lot of great progress. Hopefully you found that as enlightening as I did. I'm very proud of what we did. I think that was a fantastic night. Feeling good. I hope you're feeling good too, because we did. Anyways, you know the drill. If you haven't subscribed already to my newsletter, you gotta hit up it now, !sub, or if you're watching this in the VOD, it's in the description. We'll cut this music playing in my ear. And if you want your own template, it's in the description. You can get started right away, you can get started. So thank you so much for tonight. We'll be back Monday. Probots has already started, so Probots, the next season for the first season of this year, has gotten underway. So if you're a bot author and you're made it up on the ladder, check your email. It's ready. It's ready for you. Get your bot in. You got a couple of days. Get it in. We are, people are discussing we should be going to the new maps. Unfortunately, we will not be. There has not been enough testing on these maps. They're still a bit buggy. Not enough people have gotten a chance to practice on the maps. So we're not doing new maps just yet. If you haven't yet, I have a new episode of Bits of Code out where you get to see how I worked on the disruptors on this, and that's also gonna be in the newsletter as well. You should watch it and share it. Show it to somebody, anybody, really, and show what's going on. Cool. All right, so that's been enough for me. Hopefully you have a good night. And anyways, happy coding, the rest of you. Take it easy.